Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to our Transformational Tuesday podcast. We went from Mindful Mondays to Transformational Tuesday, and we're going to talk today. It's Mental Health Week, and so we're going to talk just to cover a little bit about some tips and everything about mental health. So, um, for those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Teddy, and I have been teaching yoga for about the last 20 years, and I've been into natural healing and wellness for about the last, I don't know, 20 something years. Um, I suffered through a period of depression in my 20s into my 30s, and after having three kids, I did, like everyone else, and most moms have that postpartum depression. And I was grateful to discover many natural tools. Yoga and meditation were huge to help with, calming my body and bringing down cortisol levels. And then I discovered essential oils, and the essential oils were absolutely amazing. They really shifted my mental outlook. They shifted my mood. There are many supplements that I took, definitely omegas, discovered the omega in the fish oil industry, several years ago. But the fish oil industry is not so great. There's a lot of fish oils out there that go rancid. So when I found doTERRA several years ago, I absolutely love their XE Omega product. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of share my screen so that you could see the XE Omega product. And I'm going to share it. I can't share it on Instagram, but I could share it on here. So okay, where's it at? That's the adaptive. But the XE Omega product is unique. It's an essential oil blend. I can't seem to find it. No, I'm going to stop sharing it. But it's an essential oil blend of about 9 different essential oils that help actually, there it is. Thank you, Christina. So that actually helps the it's a natural preservative. And our fish oil is sourced sustainably from deep cold water fish, sardines, anchovies. It's an amazing product. And like I said, it's got an essential oil blend in there. So that way the product does not go rancid. They did a test. doTERRA did a study on the fish oil market a few years back, and they found so many different products on the market were rancid. So if you're looking for something to support with brain and mental health, definitely look at that fish oil product. Another product that we have is the Adaptive Soft Gel Caplets. The adaptive capsules contain something called GABA. So if you're looking to provide more GABA in your brain, the adaptive capsules are definitely a great option. The adaptive line also comes with essential oils, and they smell really great. They're for anxiety and calming. And I absolutely love the adaptive system. And let me just share the screen really quick because I have the adaptive capsules up. So on the Zoom screen, the adaptive capsules contain lavender, coriander, fennel, wild orange, scaledium, GABA, and ahi flower. So, Christina, you want to go ahead and talk about the gut health, brain axis when it comes to mental health?
Yes, yes. So it's a really important thing, mental health and the gut brain connection. It's called a bidirectional communication system, and that's between the brain and the spinal cord and the nervous system. So, like the gut, there's a nervous system intrinsically in the gut. And so that's they communicate with each other, the brain and your gut, and it helps influence your mood and behavior. So having these two kind of, in good working order and in alignment with each other is really helpful for mood and just mental health in general. And so that's why the gut health is really important for mental health as well. You know, as Teddy mentioned, there's a lot of people who suffer from, you know, mental imbalance, and it is a really natural thing for us humans to go through. So it's really important that you help your body in many different ways on flowing through it and making sure it doesn't get stuck. Because when emotions get stuck, and then that's a lot of times when illness occurs, if you really think about it deeply. And it's kind of starting to been researched too. So it's really fascinating what's been going on. But in terms of mental health, since Teddy was talking about adaptive, I wanted to very quickly say that if you do have an account with doTERRA and you place your LRP this month and it's over 200 PV, they part of that is getting the adaptive bath oil. So it's worth, you know, if you have the ability, if you have things that are on your wish list, then you know, it's also time to start thinking about Christmas presents and gifting for others. So who knows, if you can get up to 200 PV, it would definitely be worth it to get those gifts. Moving on, I do also, on the topic of mental health, want to bring up the fact that Teddy and I are certified essential emotions coaches. And for those of you who don't realize, essential oils are not only really powerful for the physical body and physical ailments. For example, everybody knows about lavender's qualities for restfulness and healing skin situations such as burns. That's really how lavender oil came about, as a French scientist, and he got burned and he used his lavender oil. So it's been pretty well researched. We all really know about that, but what we're just starting to break into and become more interested in and more researched on is the fact that essential oils are very powerful for our emotions. And so it's a really amazing thing that our olfactory glands are connected to our brain and our mood. And that's how these essential oils can be so healing. So if you really think about it, there's lots of situations where you smell a smell and you have happy thoughts, or in the transversely, you smell a smell and you maybe have a negative thought. So it's a very easy situation to use essential oils and their olfactory qualities to create neural pathways in terms of getting rid of negative pathways and creating new positive pathways. So if that's something that interests you, then please reach out to Teddy and I, and there's many other people. We can provide a link if you want to find somebody in your area. It's an amazing experience. I highly recommend it. And if you want to become a coach, we can.
And I'll share the website. It's essentialemotions.com if you guys want to learn more about it. And they have some breakthrough demos on there. We're listed in the, you know, again, you could find a coach in your area. You could also become a coach. It's so worth it to become a coach, and you get to have your own breakthroughs. It's a great program because our bodies are basically containers full of emotions. So, and the body follows the mind. So if you can help release those emotions, then you're going to live a lot freer. You know, I've already had a lot of clients say that just their mental health has dramatically improved by doing these breakthroughs.
Yeah,
So
it's really helpful.
yeah.
And it can be done on all variety of ages. People have done it without essential oils in their hand. It's amazing. So you want more info, please reach out to us. That's another thing. But as we, finally, I just wanted to say on that mental health topic, as the world is heavy right now, there's a lot going on. We understand that. So if you're going through something, it's not just you. And light workers are being called in a major way. So If
Raise your
you're that
hand.
person, yeah, if you're that
Raise your
person,
hand if you're a light worker. Yeah.
yeah. And oils are really helpful for like clearing energy too. So when we take on this major energy that we are helping people through, then gosh, it's just super powerful. So we're here for you. So many people are here for you, and we can get through anything together, right?
Yes.
All
We have
right.
such a great community.
Yeah. All right. So moving on very quickly to gut health. As I very quickly kind of brushed through at the very beginning, gut health is really important, also for mental health. And one of those is the gut brain axis. How about Teddy? Do you want to talk about neurotransmitters or anything else? Or what do you want to talk about as far as that's
Uh,
concerned?
yeah, so I was going to kind of go along, the sleep. I was going to talk more about sleep and how that really can impact your mental health. And the reason I know so much of this now is because I had a concussion earlier this year. So I've learned so much about, the brain and, rewiring your brain and learning to heal your brain, and how sleep is just a huge portion of it. So sleep definitely plays a role in cognitive function and memory. Also neuroplasticity and synaptic pruning, because the brain needs to recognize and reorganize itself in forming new neural connections. And really, the only time to do that is during sleep. So if you're not falling into that deep REM sleep, then your brain is not going to be making those connections. So it's really essential to get that quality sleep, especially when you're healing from a brain injury, but also just for your mental and emotional health. It's definitely the sleep helps regulate your mood by influencing the neurotransmitter balance. If you don't get enough sleep, the neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which are crucial for managing stress, anxiety, and depression, that won't happen properly. So chronic sleep deprivation is also increased with a risk of mood disorders. And then we're back to, the whole emotional thing, right? If we're not getting enough sleep, then we're moody, and then you got the emotions affecting you, and then we've got stress, and then here we are, dealing with a mental health issue, which can be resolved holistically in a lot of cases. And back to diet, and Christine is going to cover this a little more. Um, Early on in my younger years, when I was diagnosed with depression, I mean, I look at my diet back then, and I mean, I was living off of Cheetos and stuff like that. So, for those of you that have a diet of maybe Takis and Cheetos and coffee, your mental health may be suffering because you are not getting the proper nutrients to your body. You need to be eating, you know, whole foods, a variety of plants, greens, fresh local veggies. You should be eating foods high in omegas, nuts, seeds, wild caught fish. If you're into meat, try to get organic and free range chicken, or, grass fed meat for sure. So anyway, so yeah, that's what I wanted to just again touch, is really how sleep is related to the brain and also to mental health. So let's talk about the gut gut and brain axis.
Yeah, well, yeah, I kind of talked about that already, how it's just
Oh,
the nervous system and the gut is all intrinsic, but there is definitely a gut brain connection in disorders, as you kind of touched on already. And things like mental health disorders, depression, anxiety disorders, and even neurodevelopmental things. And additionally, it's more about inflammation and stress response. So when our body is receiving something and it's not quite ready to work with it in terms of not having the microbiome to be able to digest it properly, then it really leads to systematic inflammation, and that can connect to mental health issues. It can also connect to really big things such as like autoimmune diseases and things like that. So everything is connected to our gut, and we have an ability to improve upon that. It's very easy. Unfortunately, our food these days is not as nutritious as it was, say, when our grandparents were eating things from the ground. I think the stat is that it was 4 times more nutritious when our grandparents were eating the foods and the fruits and vegetables than as what we have available to us today. And that's just because of soil degradation. And it's an environmental thing. And that's why I'm, becoming passionate about essential oils and this natural wellness thing, is because I am an environmental scientist and I do value our earth, and I want it to be really there in an amazing way for our kids and our grandkids and the future generations, because this is only one planet that we live on, and I don't want my kids or myself to live in space. I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
So so the great thing is that we have resources available to us, not only essential oils, but these amazing products that doTERRA has released. These are our newest products, PB Restore, which replaces the old, I don't even know if I have
PB
it. Oh yeah,
Assist.
this is the older version of PB Assist Plus. It's the pill version. However, we've got an upgrade, and it's called PB Restore. So 2 different words now for the pill version of the now it's called the Probiome Complex, and that's because it is just so full of amazingness. For example, as it pulls up very quickly, it has a hold on.
Has the prebiotic.
The prebiotics, it has 13 probiotic strains, 1 prebiotic fiber for healthy gut colonization, and it's all micro encapsulated, so very similar to the older system, how there's 2 capsules, same exact way. It delivers 7 billion AFUs, which are live cells, of active probiotic cultures, as well as soluble prebiotic cultures to encourage friendly bacterial growth. So together they work in the way that you don't, a lot of systems, the reason why it's double encapsulated is because you want the probiotics to get to the right area of your gut. So the prebiotics will do well in your stomach, and then as that secondary capsule gets through further into your gut, then it will release all of its goodness and be able to help you digest further. So it's amazing, the strains, the genus, the species. It's super diverse what they've got in this new formulation. So if you're a fan of the PB probiotic, PB Assist type of things that doTERRA has had for the adults in the past in the encapsulated form, then this is the updated version called PB Restore. Also, side note, if your animals have gut issues, then you can use the encapsulated version on them as well. So just remember, if your pet can take a pill, then it is okay for them. I believe 40 pounds is what the vet, Dr. Janet Rourke, said for that. One thing that you don't want to give your pet is this. This is the other product. This is the new PB Assist Plus. So this is very similar to the kids probiotic in the sense that it comes in the little pouch. It is a powder form. And this one does contain xylitol, and that's why it's not good for pets.
Yes.
But it's good for humans. It's totally fine. I think it's really tasty, and yeah, I highly recommend it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing the texture because it's like little teeny tiny micro beads. So it's not really, they call it a powder, but it's not like a powder. They're just really tiny, tiny, teeny tiny little beads. And yeah, definitely tastes good. And just want to mention too that many other probiotics on the market out there, they don't have this technology of the dual encapsulation. So when you're taking other probiotics on the market that need refrigeration and stuff like that, they're gambling that some of that is going to make it all the way to the end of the lower GI tract, where that is where your immune system resides, everything resides in that lower GI tract. So a lot of the other products on the market, the stomach acids will just eat away at, most of the good stuff. So that is why the doTERRA prides itself in this dual encapsulation technology. So
Definitely. Yeah. So with the two products, which is what's recommended, is that you take both of the PB Restore and the new little PB Assist sachet. With both of these, then you get an amazing diversity and more than 40 different strains of of microbiome of
yeah,
yeah, different probiotics and prebiotics into your body. So it's
awesome.
amazing. Anything
Okay.
else, Teddy, on this wonderful Tuesday?
No, I just again want to just close with um, just the whole awareness of breaking the whole stigma about mental health. It used to be kind of hush hush back in the day. Um, if you need a therapist, reach out, and there's no shame. There's no shame in, you know, talking to somebody that's, outside of your circle. It's good to reach out and, because there again are professionals that can
Gives a
really help.
different perspective.
Yeah, different perspective. And again, I think a good, kind of a good feeler would be if you think it's really just, emotions, like Christina said earlier, we are emotion coaches. We've been coached and trained to help people live freer. So it might be a good first step before actually going to see a therapist. So if you feel like that might be a fit, please reach out to either one of us and connect with us. All
Yes.
right. So thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Okay, aloha. Bye.